WrestleMania 27 is one of the most disappointing shows in history. It only had one great match, few average, and even more forgettable or just terrible ones. This is the show that had Sheamus vs Daniel Bryan and in a no contest in a dark match. Like, come on, I understand that it's 2011 and neither of them had reached their peak yet, but they definitely deserved to be on the main show, especially over matches like Michael Cole vs Jerry Lawler, or mixed 6-man tag team match involving Snooki. This show's tagline was the biggest WrestleMania ever, and definitely didn't live up to the expectations. Before I go ahead with my rebooking, let's take a look at the card of this show. Sheamus vs Daniel Bryan for US title ends in a no contest and turns into Battle Royale with no title on the line. Great Khali eliminates Sheamus to win the match. I have no issue with this match, it's a good way to get people hyped before main show begins. It's just a shame that they had to waste Sheamus vs Bryan like this. Edge vs Alberto Del Rio. We didn't know this at that time, but it was Edge's last match for almost 10 years. To me this feud was not interesting at all. Thankfully Edge won this match and we didn't have to see Alberto with world title just yet. Cody Rhodes vs Rey Mysterio. Really good feud and a good way to elevate Cody Rhodes. 8-man tag team match. Very forgettable and short match that had good guys win. Randy Orton vs CM Punk. It's a decent feud. I enjoyed seeing Randy get rid of each Nexus member one by one on the road to WrestleMania. I wish Punk won, but it might just be because I'm a big fan of his. Michael Cole vs Jerry Lawler. It was terrible, and they wasted Stone Cold on that, so yeah. The Undertaker vs Triple H. Well, this one is the opposite of the previous one. It's a great match, it's a great feud, and I have no issues with this at all. Mixed 6-man tag team match. To be honest, I'd rather see Morrison vs Ziggler in a singles match instead of this. The main event, The Miz vs John Cena for WWE title. I'm a big fan of Miz, but at this point, he didn't belong in the main event of Mania. Maybe it would have been better if it also involved Morrison, maybe not. This show needed better main event, and after all it was supposed to be the biggest WrestleMania ever, right? Alright, let's get started. I have few rules for my rebooking. First, not a single match from the original card can be repeated, so there will be no Cody vs Rey or Cena vs Miz. I can only use wrestlers who actually appeared or competed at WrestleMania 27 and weren't retired at that point. I can use Christian or Jack Swagger because they were at the show, they just didn't wrestle, and they were active wrestlers at the time, so I can't use The Rock or Stone Cold. Yeah, that's it, let's get into it. Match number 1 is a Battle Royale for a shot at Daniel Bryan's US title later that same night. William Regal wins this one by eliminating Sheamus last, and he will face Daniel Bryan later that night. Match number 2 is Edge vs Christian for World Heavyweight title. Well, this one writes itself. You know, they were friends, they were enemies, they have long history together. Yeah, Edge walks into WrestleMania as the World Heavyweight Champion, Christian is his opponent. I guess you could have Edge handpick Christian to be his opponent at Mania, or have him win a Battle Royale on SmackDown. I think either one works. Christian wins after 15 minutes to become World Champion for the first time in his career. Both men hug after the match and Christian celebrates his win. This sets up Christian for a better run as World Champion and also gives better send-off to Edge. Match number 3 is The Miz vs John Morrison. There is no title on the line because in this timeline The Miz dropped the WWE title to Randy Orton at Royal Rumble. Then, at Elimination Chamber, Morrison eliminated Miz, only for Miz to attack Morrison and cause him to lose. So now it's time to end their feud at the biggest stage of them all. I think I would enjoy this match, yeah. Match number 4 is Intercontinental Championship ladder match. In 2010, WWE created its own separate pay-per-view for Money in the Bank match, thus leaving a hole in WrestleMania card. I would have the IC title be the prize for reaching the top of the ladder this time. Wade Barrett walks in as the Intercontinental Champion and defends against Cody Rhodes, Drew McIntyre, Dolph Ziggler, Alberto Del Rio, and Kofi Kingston. For many of them, it's a better spot on the card than in real life, maybe except for Alberto Del Rio, but who really cares about him? He belongs in the mid-card anyway. Match number 5 is Triple H vs Rey Mysterio for the first time ever. There is simply no way to beat Taker vs Triple H, so let's do something fun and have a match that never happened. A dream match between Triple H and Rey Mysterio. After fun 15 minutes, Triple H wins, and that's it. Match number 6 is Daniel Bryan vs William Regal for the US title. The future versus the past. Daniel Bryan defends his US title against William Regal in a technical masterclass lasting around 15 minutes. To me, it's a great way to give Regal his flowers and further elevate Daniel Bryan. Match number 7 is CM Punk vs The Undertaker. This one will be a little bit longer. Well, in real life, these two men would go on to have a fantastic match at WrestleMania 29, but this time we won't have to wait 2 more years for that. After being attacked by Nexus during his Buried Alive match against Kane, The Undertaker returns at the Royal Rumble match to get his revenge on the faction that has been dominating this match until now. He throws out every member of the stable, one by one, and then after a short fight with Punk throws him out too. Taker ends up in the final 4, but is later eliminated by CM Punk, who comes back and breaks the rules by throwing the Deadman over the top rope. And just like Randy in real life, The Undertaker gets rid of each Nexus member one by one before he can get to Punk at Mania. I would give this match at least 20 minutes, it would be full of near falls, but ultimately The Undertaker would extend his streak by making Punk tap at WrestleMania. Match number 8, Tag Team Championship match. Well, this match is here simply to let people breathe before the main event. The Giants win in 3 to 5 minutes and capture the titles. And now the final match, WWE title match, Randy Orton vs John Cena. Randy Orton wins WWE title by beating The Miz at Royal Rumble, and John Cena wins the Royal Rumble match to challenge him for the belt. I think this could be made more interesting by Cena holding off on this decision for a while, since he could face either Randy, WWE Champion, or Edge, World Heavyweight Champion. I would go with Randy this time, simply because I don't want to lose Edge versus Christian. John Cena wins this match and becomes new WWE Champion. I guess you could have The Rock attack him after the match, but since I am going to be rebooking WrestleMania 28 next, I won't have that happen. So yeah, alright, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what could be improved and what changes you would make to Mania 27 card. See you later.